Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. For those who are interested in watching the live broadcast of the Final Pretrial Conference in Idaho versus Kohberger, which is scheduled to commence May 15th, 2025, in Judge Stephen J. Hippler's courtroom, and may continue on to May 16th. It has the potential of being a 2-day event per Judge Hippler's October 9th, 2024 pretrial and trial order. You have one of two options. If you're local to the courthouse in Ada County, Idaho, you may want to go in and watch the proceedings live. There's another option for those who are not local, who are concerned that even if they go to the courthouse, they might not be able to get a seat in the courtroom. There is a second option for you. If you go to any search engine of your choice and plug in the term State of Idaho Judicial Branch, Idaho Cases of Interest, you will be sent to a website that is maintained by the Idaho Supreme Court that has current cases of public interest, high-profile cases, one of which is under a tab, Trial Court Cases, State of Idaho versus Brian C. Kohberger. If you click on the hot link where the case number is provided to you, it will pull up another page. And this is State of Idaho versus Brian C. Kohberger. Here is where you can review the case summary page, which lists all of the documents from the beginning of the case, is memorialized in this case summary page by the clerk of court. Underneath that hot link, there are the filings dating back to December 29th, 2022. With the very first filing, which is the affidavit of probable cause, was signed under penalty of perjury by Detective Brett Payne of the Moscow Police Department, where Detective Payne asked that a warrant be issued for Mr. Kohberger's arrest. Through the most recent filing, the very first item under the tab Timeline, Watch Hearings Live. If you click on that hot link, it will bring you to yet another web page for the 4th District Court in Idaho. Right now, if you were to test this, it will tell you, sorry, this media is offline. But this is where hearings that are public, which the Final Pretrial Conference in advance of the rapidly approaching trial of this case has been set, at least as of right now, as a public hearing. If you were to come back on the date of the pretrial conference, the 15th of May, you should see a live proceeding there showing you, as a member of the public, the events that will occur at the final pretrial conference. Now, what generally speaking happens at final pretrial conferences, although we don't know, there is no schedule of any information as to what will be entertained. Typically, you might hear and watch the proceedings live, where the parties may be asked if there's anything that would obviate the need for a trial, such as any type of plea negotiations that are underway. This might be the time to advise the court of the same. And barring that, would there be anything in the world that could prevent the trial from proceeding as scheduled with voir dire on July 30th, and the trial, which is scheduled to start on the 11th of August, 2025. Now, one item that we believe will be addressed at this final pretrial conference are Mr. Kohberger's offers of proof of any alternate perpetrators. He was directed by Judge Stephen J. Hippler to provide them one day before the pretrial conference, and that the matter would be addressed at the final pretrial conference. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone podcast. Thanks for joining us today.